Welcome back to Talkin' Baseball. It's Monday morning. We had a whole weekend of weird and wild sports moments and some trades and some other stuff. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin' Baseball. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. Behind the dish is producer BBD. We're coming to you live from the Roosevelt Studios here in the Bronx. And we are ready to talk some baseball. We hope you are as well. What's up to everyone watching in the live patron chat? Appreciate you hanging out with us. And shout out to newest patrons. They're bringing you the episode today. Lars Vance, Billy Sato. I want to say Sato because Posada, but it might be Sato. Aaron Stretch, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Little housekeeping right away. Be a little bit tighter, a little bit different of an episode for two reasons. One, it is trade deadline and things will be happening, and we are on watch, and we will be back with you very shortly. Two, Baseball Reference hasn't updated all of the Sunday games, so we're without a lot of stats and information for Slump Watching and Fuego and those things, so we may have to skip them today. Jake, how you doing?
Good, Jim. I'm good. Yeah, a little less Slump Watching and Fuego. I've had like 5 people tweet at me that Trey Turner's hot right now, so there's your Fuego. Enjoy that. And yeah, we'll catch up a little bit on the trade deadline. We're a little nervous because we're going to do some Trev's tidbits, and we don't want to gossip too much without Trevor, but some stuff happened. Some more stuff's going to happen. Maybe we'll put out some dumb takes at the end that could get ruined in the next 2 hours. But yeah, I mean, crazy baseball action. So we're going to go through all the games and do all that. And then, some awards, and we'll go through some of the trade stuff because he kind of got it. It's the story of the sport right now.
Story of the sport. Baseball's been good, man.
This is story of the sport.
Make a trade and change the whole sport.
Okay, you went back to sport. Yeah, man, and just like cool stuff happens every day. Like that sounds really dumb, but like, dude, I don't.
Yeah, man, cool stuff.
I don't know if you saw this, but like, all 3 Cubs outfielders hit 2 home runs yesterday. Yeah. First time in Major League history.
You know why I saw that?
Why'd you see that?
Because I'm bringing you that report.
Wow, half the Central brought to you by JOMBOY. Yeah, man, just so much cool stuff. The Yankees-Mets series was crazy. I mean, Philly almost goes nut job last night in their comeback. So the baseball's fantastic. The Padres are all in. The White Sox want to be all in.
Yeah.
The deadline's been good. We've been wondering for months what this deadline's going to look like, and we've already had some good action. We'll see if we get the jugular punch with a Lance Lynn or a Clevinger, or why not both, GIF. So, exciting times.
Very exciting. Very exciting. I mean, it's also some bad baseball.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
The trade.
Looking at you, Nats, Red Sox.
I was looking at some
Nats
other
are
teams.
dead, dude.
I know. Let's get into it. Let's get straight into it so we can have all these conversations. Jake's bringing you the East Coast today, and besides the Yankees-Mets, I have no idea I truly have no idea what happened. We cannot watch all 15 games every day. I think, what's the Joe DiMaggio quote? You got to play every day as if someone's seeing you for the first time.
That place is so busy, I don't go there anymore.
That's Yogi. Great quote. No one goes there anymore. Yeah. Anyway, what I'm saying is there's a new listener every episode, so we always have to remind you, you know more about your favorite team than we know about it.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to lie to you about that. And we did not watch every single game because it's impossible. Jake, what happened in the East Coast?
And if I've got to run out during this, I've got a little bit of George Brett situation going on, if you know what I'm talking about. Kokomo's twice a year. New York Mets, Yankees, Jim. You said this is the series you're familiar with, so let's bang it out real quick. 2 doubleheaders with a 9-inning game in between. First doubleheader, Yanks. Hey, they've got a lead. They're trying to get rid of their losing streak. Clint Frazier with 3 RBIs and a homer. They've got the lead, and oh no, Chad Green gets rocked. We got a little inside tip that he was tipping his pitches. Ooh. Pete Alonso, Dom Smith, and Jake Marisnick, he stinks. They all hit homers. Yankees blow that game 6-4. Second part of the doubleheader. Yankees have the lead. They hand it to Aroldis Chapman. Rosario walks off on Chapman at the stadium. One of those weird 2020 moments. The Mets were the home team, a 7-inning game. Aroldis Chapman gets walked off with to bring the Yankees' losing streak to 7 games. So they play the 1 9-inning game on Saturday. J. Happ, who has struggled as a Yankee more or less, drops some dick, 7.1 shutout. Yankees have a 1-0 lead due to a Luke Voit homer. He continues to be awesome. Adam Ottavino blows it instantly. First batter he sees, Wilson Ramos ties it up. But guess what, Jim? The classic Dellin Betances pitching to Eric Kratz, walk-off, wild pitch over the catcher safety squeeze attempt. As crazy as it gets. This series was insane. Like, people think we do Yankee stuff sometimes. This series was nuts. And it wraps up with another doubleheader. The Yanks have a 5-run comeback in the final inning. I mean, errors, hit by pitches, walks, shift-beating singles, and then it's all topped off with an Aaron Hicks game-tying home run that just clears the wall. Yanks win it the next inning on a walk-off single by Urshela. And then the following game, this is 5 games. Doubleheader. Woo! Gary Sanchez pinch hit grand slam after Davy Garcia has a really nice MLB debut. Like that a lot in Yankee land. Dom Smith was great all series for the Mets. But Gary with the pinch hit grand slam, they win that game 5-2. Yanks win 3 games of this 5-game set after dropping the first 2 and having a 7-game losing streak. The Orioles and the Jays, Jim, I don't know if you know about this. The Jays swept. Jays are hot, baby.
Wow.
And 2 of these games were walk-offs. Ryu versus Means in the first one. Grichuk, that bleep. 2-run, 2-out, walk-off home run for Randall, friend of the pod. Jays come back the next day in their new shiny toy, Taiwan Skywalker. 6-inning shutout in his debut. Vlad and Biggio, couple sons of MLB players, each have 2 RBI singles. And then on the final day, Mountcastle for the O's, one of their prospects that's coming into it. He has a 2-homer game. He hits his first MLB homer, second one in that same day, but it's not enough as Teoscar the Grouch walks it off, 2 RBI single to win it. Jays sweep. They're playing some good, fun baseball. Rays Marlins. Rays bring out the broomsticks. They sweep. They win the first game 2-0, the second game 4-0, and they're shutting teams out with 10 pitchers on the IL. Insanity, our guy Yarborough shoves. Sixto Sanchez, oh my God, pitch ninja porn. He was awesome, but Yandy and their backup catcher Perez just keeps doing it. They win the first game 2-0. Josh Fleming in the pen, 4-0. Wendell with the 2 RBI double to seal it. And then on getaway day, Rays 12-7. Cooper with 4 RBIs, old friend for Miami. But Snell does all right. Willie Adames grand slam. This game was 12-2. It was a blowout. Susugo, my guy, and Joey Wendell homer. Nats, Red Sox, Poop Bowl. I think we got to start skipping these games. Scherzer won the first game, 11 Ks. Bogarts, back-to-back games with a home run. Devers hit 2, and Bobby Dahlbeck. Oh, my God. Bobby Dahlbeck hits a home run in his debut. Don't care. You guys stink. Atlanta versus Philly. Philly walks off in 11 on the first game. Both Pens did a good job. That's shocking in a Philly game. Kutch and Segura homered. Riley and Inciarte homer. But Scott Kingery, high T with the walk-off in 11. Led Zeppelin comes back the next day. He has a really nice performance. Reese Hoskins with a big 3-run homer. And then last night, the Sunday night baseball game, 12-10. Atlanta, they went up 10-0. And the Phils fought back. They made it an 11-10 game. Girardi ends up getting ejected on a phantom foul ball. That was kind of fun. Dansby ends up icing it with a home run in the 9th. 12-10. But the Phillies, man, they win the series against the Braves. And that's what's going on in the East.
A lot of fun there. I mean, this is what we've been asking for a while out of the results of the games. If you're good, sweep. If you're bad, get swept. The O's, they were hanging around for a while.
Yeah.
They're bad. They're selling people. They sell Tommy Milwan. They sell Michael Givens. They get swept. Thank you. The Jays, they're buying people.
Yeah.
They're bringing in Taiwan Walker. They're gunning for it. They're going for it. They do the sweeping.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. The Rays and the Marlins. The Rays, you're good. Now, as a Yankee fan, I don't want you winning that much.
Right.
But as a fan of baseball and rooting for good teams to be good, thank you. You sweep the Marlins. Marlins, you were pretending just like the Orioles for a while. You're done.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, right? Nats, you're dead.
Dead.
You
officially.
lose a series to the Red Sox, who were been dead. They're selling. Nats, I mean, I like you. No hard feelings. It's a weird season. See you next year. I think you'll be a contender again.
Yeah.
but you're dead.
Sell a couple of those pieces.
Nats are
crabs.
Phillies. We wanted the Phillies to take that next step. They win 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And they show life being down 10-0.
Yes.
They lose that game, but showing life there, down 10-0, and making it a game is a notch in the Phillies' belt right now.
They've got some good juju, and yeah, I don't know if you'll do the Girardi ejection, but I think Enciarte does the pretend foul ball off his foot, didn't hit it at all, and Girardi goes pretty ballistic. So
I saw Robbie clipping it. I don't know if I'll have time to do it.
So yeah, Phillies, tied for second in the NL East. That's still a mess. They're tied with the Marlins. The Mets are a game and a half back. But yeah, the Nats are dead. I think that's the story over there. The Braves kind of keep trucking along, even though they lose the series. Man, if someone can reel them in, that'd be insane.
I'm gonna above the Patreon names in our Google sheet,
Sure.
and I just sent it to the patron crew. Someone on Baseball Reddit made exactly what I need. Did you see this?
Updated playoff standings
with the rankings and everything, and the wild card race all actually laid out properly.
Yeah,
you needed this. I don't know why MLB and ESPN didn't make this with the new season. It's so much easier. Right now, the Blue Jays are the 8th seed.
Yep.
And that's really cool.
Yeah. They're nipping at the Yankees' heels. They're a game back. They were a half game back the other day. Yankees pull some magic out of their butt. And when I say the Yankees pulled magic out of their butt, I mean the Mets were playing. So,
we did a whole conversation.
Yeah.
And vibes are good, and I'm happy as a Yankees fan because they took 3 out of 5 against the Mets, which is on Talking Baseball with Trev. I said, that's all I'm asking for.
Right.
Because this team, they don't have starters. They don't have everyday players going. And they lost the games that they actually played well in, and they won the games that they shouldn't have won. So, yeah, very confused. Like, the Yankees are still in a tight spot playoff-wise if they can win, like, a 7-game set, 5-game set. They still need a lot of help and a lot of returns.
Got to get healthy.
And some moves. But thank you to Mets for being the Mets.
Yeah, that was huge.
They should have been bad.
Rays, second best team in baseball right now, best team in the AL. They keep it rolling. Again, back-to-back shutouts with how many pitching injuries they have is nut job. And yeah, I think the Baby Jays, they get Walker, they sweep. Right now they are entrenched in the American League playoffs.
Yeah, and the Mets are actually just 1 game out of the wild card.
Yeah, man, the NL's still like a slot fest. Like we're gonna try to dodge teams going forward in the NL, and you almost can't.
Yeah,
you almost can't.
The Tigers are 2 games out, and we'll get to that very quickly.
Oh yeah,
but maybe they can get it. I don't think so, but maybe.
Don't sleep on them. That's our one request.
Well, so if you want to keep the Tigers in, then you have 1 team outside of the top 8 still trying to do something. But in the AL, in the AL, at least you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in the AL that are out.
Yeah.
Don't care about you at all anymore.
Yeah, can't play with them. Can't do it.
And the wild card, you maybe have 3? Diamondbacks, Nationals, Pirates? I think you have 3.
Pirates, Diamondbacks, and yeah, dude, I know we could kill the Nats, and if they have a good week, they're back in it, which is nuts. Yeah, they seem so dead. You lose to the Red Sox, everything's bad, but I don't know.
Who'd they pitch besides Scherzer?
I don't know.
Yeah. Voth and Fetty and Corbin?
Like Anibal.
Oh, Anibal? Anibal. All right. Very good stuff.
Can't talk about you guys for a little while. Make us wrong. Make us talk about you now.
No, who deserves some more talking that we didn't do? The Rays and the Jays. That's kind of the story. And the Rays are the biggest story. They're 23 wins at this point. They're the number 1 seed by a pretty good margin.
And it's a big Yankee series coming up. The Rays are 6-1 versus the Yanks this year. They're playing 3 in the Bronx. Again, this Yanks team is limping a little bit, but they did line up their starters.
The Rays are as well, though. They have a lot of injuries, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a fun set in the Bronx. A little scary as Yankee fans. The Rays have had their numbers. As a Yankees fan, you're really hoping to win the series so you can say you beat the Rays in a series this year.
Is it in the Bronx? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So that's nice. Yeah, Jays are rolling. Philly, we hope they get rolling, but they could also devastate us in next series.
Yeah. thank the Mets as a Yankee fan because it was going to be
Thank you,
bad
Mets.
times.
Thanks, the Mets.
Bad times. Let's go to the Central.
Yes.
Jake, you start us off. I'll pick you up halfway through.
Jim, if I may, if I might. Meowth. That's right. The Twins at the Tigers. Don't sleep on the Tigers. They bring out the broomsticks, Jim. Your guy, Matt Boyd. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Victor Reyes, a 4 for 4 from the leadoff spot. And hey, little shout out to Miggy Capps, 2,000 career Tiger hits. That's like 7th all time or something. Analytics. They win that game 8-2. They follow up. This was a doubleheader. Scooble, the kid, Scooble. He gets the dub, 4-2 Detroit. Nelson Cruz and Miggy Cabs with old man home runs. How about that? Couple old dudes still doing it. Miggy Cabs gave them the lead. And then they take the final game 3-2. Mize and Alexander combined for a pretty nice start. They outduel Kenta Maeda. Polanco hits the home run, but so do Candelario and Scope. The Tigers sweep the Twins. Boogity, boogity, boogity. And then Cleveland versus St. Louis. Franmil Reyes, Carlos Santana, and Tyler Naquin. Naquin with a big series. They all hit home runs. Plutko with a big appearance out of the pen, 4-inning shutout following McKenzie. Those kind of days are very important in this Major League Baseball season. They take the next game 2-1 final in the 12th. Naquin again, the game-winning double. Yachty with a bad base running situation for the final out. He thought it was a foul ball, and then they just threw across the diamond and tagged him. Not
bad
great.
base running all game for the Cardinals.
Not great, Bob. But then Waino. Adam Waino's a crazy mofo. 122 pitches, complete game. Naquin hits another homer. Fowler with the 3 RBI game and a homer. Goldie scores on a balk. So I just thought that was fun, and I put in there. John, I'm going to bump it to you and maybe circle on the Pirates and Brewers because I totally forgot about them, and they half deserve to be forgotten.
Not the Brewers.
Kind of.
Second place now.
Jim?
Kansas City versus Chicago White Sox. The White Sox win game 1 on a walk-off. Reynaldo Lopez versus Duffy. Back and forth all game. You take the lead. We'll take the lead. No, we'll take it. No, you take it. A Grandal blunder allows the Royals to tie it. He was standing at home. They threw it home after a rundown. It went right between his legs to the backstop. Tie game. Grandal leads off the bottom of the 9th. Home run. White Sox walk off. That will happen again in this set. Kansas City did take the middle game to avoid the sweep. It was Singer versus Cease. Royals scored 5 in the 7th to take the lead and hold it. In game 3, the Chicago White Sox walk off again. Bubik versus Dunning. The rookie, 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs from him. The rookie, Luis Robert, hits a big 3-run walk-off homer. As Jake said, the youngest White Sox to hit a walk-off homer since Sammy Sosa. White Sox take the series against the Royals. Good for you. That's what you're supposed to do. The Cubs and the Reds, 2 teams with very similar logos, just a red C, faced off. The Reds actually won 2 out of 3 of this set, so maybe I'm happy for them. Maybe I'm more annoyed with them. I'm not sure. Hendricks, it's a 4-game set. It's on 2 pages. They split the series. Great, better.
Mad's up.
Doubleheader in the middle. Reds, Hendricks had a really bad outing versus Molly. First inning homers from Rizzo and Schwarber. Cubs make a push to come back in the 9th, but the Reds hold on and take game 1. Then they go doubleheader mode. Darvish versus Trevor Bauer, 2 dudes that are having great seasons. Darvish comes to play, 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. Bauer, 5.1, 3 earned runs. Not a bad stat line if your name's not Trevor Bauer and the year is not 2020. That's his worst start of the year, I believe. And Rizzo took him deep twice, both on 1-2 counts, which are very pitcher-friendly counts, and one of those was like a 9-pitch at bat. Beauty. Took him deep. Game 2 on that day, the Reds walked off in the 2nd. It was Alec Mills versus Antoni? I don't know how you say his name. A lot of home runs in this game, like a lot of home runs. Benches cleared, some pitches thrown at people's heads. Kimbrel comes in for the save and blows it. So it back to instant scary mode with Kimbrel if you're a Cubs fan. Reds won on a walk-off wild pitch. Second walk-off wild pitch of the weekend. In Game 4, the Cubs were not going to lose a series to the Reds. Want to know why? The Reds don't win series. They've won 2 all season. Castillo versus Chatwood plus the pen. Quintana made his second bulk appearance outing for the Cubs. Schwarber, Hayward, Happ, the 3 outfielders, all homer 2 times each in this game. That's really fun for the Cubbies. And do you have anything on Pirates Brewers?
Yeah, so the Pirate Brewers are doing a reach-around series. They wrap up today. They did play 3 this weekend. The Brewers took the first game 9-1. Holland got knocked around. The brawny man had a nice day on offense. Corbin Burns shoved 6 innings pitched, 10 Ks. In the second game, the Brewers walk off Mr. Sogard with the 2-run walk-off homer after Josh Hader walks 5. Walks 5 to score 2 runs, nightmare mode if you're a Brewers fan, but somehow you get the win. And then the Pirates end up taking yesterday's game 5-1. Polanco, Bell get it going for them. So yeah, we'll see if they can split or if the Brewers can win 3 out of 4 tonight.
Very nice, Jake. In the Central, the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Look, in the NL Central, Cubs are the number 1 seed. They look good. The number 2 seed overall. The Brewers have the edge right now over the Cardinals. The winning percentage-wise, they are 15-17. Cardinals are 11-13.
Up to date.
No?
Brewers are 15-18 after yesterday. Cards are 12-13. They've got the higher win percentage.
So whoever made this is just a little slow.
Update it.
Everyone's slow today.
Everyone's slow. Slow Monday. Everyone's thinking about the deadline.
So, yeah, all right. They were in second place. That's floating around. But the big news here is that it looks like the NL Central isn't producing a wild card team. So Milwaukee and Cardinals, I don't know.
Who knows, dude? It's a mess. Look at these divisions.
Yeah.
There's only 1 team above 500 in the NL East. There's only 1 team above 500 in the NL Central. Oh, what a disaster. Someone get hot.
There's 4
Anyone.
There's 4 teams above 500 in the NL. Colorado's at 500.
8 teams are going to the playoffs in the National League, and there's currently 4 above 500.
So, yeah, Milwaukee.
Jeez. Have a good week. You're in the NL playoffs.
Really, though, for real. It's wild. Well, anyway, in the AL, the Twins get hurt, man. The Tigers sweep the Twins. The Tigers are 500. The Twins lose their first place seeding for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
All season? I think they were going wire to wire for a while.
Coming into this weekend, I believe so.
And not only are they in second place, the White Sox and the Indians jump the Twins. That's wild. If you're a Twins fan, I think maybe reality shock a little bit because it seemed like you were going to be the number 1 seed there.
I think I don't know. I mean, as a Twins fan, you loved your offense. You were getting locked in, but you knew this year was going to be tougher. You knew the White Sox were better. Cleveland was kind of a coin flip. I don't think people thought Cleveland would be this good. We kind of started to stumble into it.
According to our Minnesota guy, Trev, and he doesn't represent all Twins fans, he was sleeping on both those teams.
Yeah, I think Trev had a little blind bias happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think most Twins fans did.
Yeah, a lot of fans of their teams have some blind bias, but yeah, they are in it now, and that's I've been tuned into this, and man, we'll see how the seeding and everything shakes out. But I mean, you're gonna see something happen where
they updated Baseball Reference updated.
That one's coming into the last week of baseball. You could have one team will be the 2nd seed, one team will be the 4, and one team will be the 7, and we'll see how much that matters. Matchup-wise, seeding-wise, batting in the 9th inning, I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, if you're a Twins fan, this should be a little wake-up call, and the number that jumps out to me on their sheet, 12-3 at home, 8-12 on the road. So they've played a lot more road games. I think they've got a homestand coming up. They love hitting there, so hopefully you get it back on track. But you also got to even out that road record. Or do you? Because we're playing at a neutral site.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
But they also love playing at home, so maybe that's the effect. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be different for everyone. It's going to be weird. Good for the Tigers, though. They're in it. I mean,
They're involved.
And the Indians, I mean, they're currently tied for first.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the head-to-head, but the Indians are trying to sell one of their best pitchers.
Yeah.
They did last year, too.
They kind of haven't been using, though. I mean, they kicked him off the team for...
But if you want to make a deep run in the playoffs,
right.
you keep that guy.
He would be your second starter.
And you trade him in the offseason. Maybe. Like, if you want to get rid of him, trade him in the offseason. And they still may. That deal hasn't happened yet, but there's a lot of smoke.
Yeah, and I mean, let's jump ahead a little bit. I mean, in Cleveland, their one would still be Bieber. Clevinger would still be the 2. And then, I mean, you might trust Carrasco more because he's a veteran, but you have Savali. We'll see if they recall Plesac at any point. Like Tristan McKenzie's looked good, but it's been 2 games, so I don't know how much you can trust him. Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, Bieber, Clevinger, Carrasco scares me a lot more than Bieber, Carrasco, Savali.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see what happens. I mean, it was the rumor mill last night. We'll see if it falls apart. I mean, there's a lot of interest from a lot of teams. And yeah, we'll see what happens. And I think something I was saying on here a little bit was that Cleveland was getting nothing out of their outfield. I said Tyler Naquin's name in all 3 games. So if they can just get a little bit out of their outfield, because, I mean, that infield can dance with anyone. Santana, Hernandez, Lindor, Ramirez.
The scary thing, Jake?
Yeah.
Is. All right.
Okay.
The Twins are in 3rd place in the Central. They have the number 1 wild card seed. The Blue Jays are pretty close.
Yeah?
Like, this is the closest the Twins ever been to the 8th seed. It's not going to linger and stay up.
To be fair to us, it's the closest the Yankees have been to the 8th seed as well.
Yes.
You know?
Which I think both fan bases, but I'm not familiar if the Twins have every starter injured besides 2.
Right.
Like the Yankees had. The Yankees started the series with the Mets with every everyday player injured besides 2.
Yeah.
Or no, Gary, but he's awful.
And they did say Voigt's battling a foot thing. So
whatever. But
Looks
anyway,
like
wake-up call for the Yankees and the Twins.
Garver, Buxton, and Donaldson currently on the IL.
Okay, there you go.
So,
That's fair.
There's injuries.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting hurt.
Everyone's getting hurt. That's a crazy thing. Anyway, the top 8 seeds in the AL are wrapped up, but the seeding could get very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And who knows how much it matters, but it'll be interesting to track.
It's going to be interesting to track to see where it lands, especially, you know, again, we've been coming at this from a little bit of a biased perspective, but the Yankees have had the Twins' numbers in playoff series, and we've been saying, you know, if the Twins land at 2 and the Yankees land at 7,
not that
and
bad.
There's no home field, you know.
I'd rather that than 6 and 3 and play the Indians.
It's a team the Yankees have dealt with, so
The
you
A's.
feel confident going into that series. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the seeding plays out. I do think there is just something to baseball, whether it's your actual home field or not, but like having those at-bats in the bottom of the 9th, especially come playoff time. Those are the pressure innings, so I do think home field will be a little bit of a thing. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see going forward. I mean, I think this AL Central, I think every series recap we're going to be saying.
Changing wildly.
Indians are the 2, Twins are the 4, White Sox are the 7. And just,
yeah, I agree. You want to hear what happened in the West?
Jim, I would love to because I'm a little lost.
Here you go. The Texas Rangers went. I don't know where they went. I don't know where this game was played, so I shouldn't have started the whole thing.
Texas.
Okay, Texas Rangers welcomed the Los Angeles Dodgers to town. Dustin May versus Minor in Game 1. Both had solid starts. Minor tossed 6 shutout innings. Jake Dietrich homers to break the tie in the 7th, and the Rangers piled on some more runs. The Rangers win 6-2. Dodgers lose. The Dodgers win Game 2, 7-4. Stripling versus Lynn. Lynn with a quality start, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. His last as a Ranger, probably. It seems very likely that they trade him today. Could be happening right now. Max Muncy with a 3-run homer to blow it open in the 7th. Good for you, Max, and get 4 RBIs on the day. In Game 3, Dodgers win again, 7-2. Gonsolin versus Gibson. Seager home run in the first. Smith hit a home run in the second. Bellinger hit one in the third. Dodgers are pretty good. They take 2 out of 3 from Texas.
Yeah.
The San Diego Padres and the Colorado Rockies faced off. Jake's teams. America's Darling versus Jake's Rocks. Padres win big in game 1, 10-4. Davies versus Freeland. Davies was good. Padres scored 10 runs without hitting a home run. They can do it every way, folks. Colorado wins on a walk-off in game 2. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs from Senzatella. Padres tied it in the 9th, but Stammen can't hold the Rocks, and Daniel Murphy hits a walk-off single. So the Rocks salvaged 1 game. They did not get swept, but Paddock shut them down in game 3. Hosmer, Cronenworth, Profar, Grisham, Naylor all hit home runs because they may all not be playing that much anymore. Well, Grisham maybe. Grisham, yeah. Pods win 2 out of 3. They make all the trades, and that's the bigger story for them this weekend. San Francisco Giants and Arizona Diamondbacks played each other. Don't really care. I don't even have the 3rd game on the sheet. That's my bad. Tyler Anderson sucked. Zach Gallen had a good start. Cahill versus Weaver. I'm sorry. What if you know what happened in the 3rd game?
I can get there in a little bit if you want to keep rolling till then.
Angels and Seattle also played, and this is another series. I looked at Jake and said, we can't spend time on these teams right now. Marjavicius versus Haney. Both had 2 good starting pitching outings, so there you go. Angels put up 16 runs in game 2, Jake. 16 runs. Bundy had another good start.
How'd they do in game 3?
Justice Sheffield got knocked around, 6 earned run. Joe Adell had his first home run. Seattle won 2-1. In the 10th inning in game 3. Canning versus Dunn. Canning, 8 innings pitched, 1 earned run. So, had a bunch of good. Yeah, the Angels had some highlights, some individual highlights.
And they lose. Giants won the last game against the Diamondbacks 4-1. Cueto pitched really well.
Cueto pitched well. Good. Maybe they trade him. A's and Houston. This is a good matchup. Houston wins the first 2 games of the doubleheader, 4-2. McCullers, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Got to be happy if you're a Houston fan to see that. Bassett, not a great outing. Kyle Tucker, big 3-run homer. In game 2, the same day, doubleheader, Houston wins again, 6-3. Montes versus Greinke. Greinke goes 3.15 earned. No. Montes goes 3.15 earned. Greinke goes 5, 3 earned. So they kind of a little switcheroo, and Kyle Tucker had a big 3-run triple. 6 RBIs on the day for him. Game 3 got postponed because some people came down with some stuff called COVID. And that's your West Coast wrap-up.
West Coast wrap. Someone tweeted at us the current NL playoff standings. Dodgers, Cubs, Braves, Padres, Marlins, Cardinals, Rockies, Phillies.
Yeah.
Marlins in the 5-hole right now.
Yeah. Well, it's a weird way they did it.
What a mess. What's up?
I don't like how they have I've said this a lot. I don't like how the second division automatically gets the 4, 5, 6. I think that's dumb. I think you should have went division winners and then wild card.
Best record, straight wild card, yeah. I think because they were keeping everything so in division this year, they kind of had to.
Yeah, I get it. But it just makes like the seeding not. There's no guarantee that the 4 seed is the 5 seed is better than the 8 seed.
Yeah,
there's no so.
Yeah,
I wish they would have just went division winners.
I think it'll be closer than you think, and again, it's one of these weird years, weird match. We'll see what the matchups are probably going to be more important. Padres are kind of the story. They get some dubs. They add a lot of talent. Padres are all in.
I didn't expect them to be all in. I was saying that I thought maybe they might be like, hey, this is our fun first year. Let's see how far we can go. They're like, no, we're all in. So poop on my face.
Yeah, Joe Adell gets his first homer. Mariners are excited about some young bloods and their trade. We'll get there in a little bit, probably. What else in the West? McCullers had a good game. That's good for Houston.
Yeah, man, I know you don't want to talk about the Angels.
Let's talk about them.
But they scored 16 runs.
Yeah.
This weekend, the Angels had 2 of the top 3 starting pitching performances.
I'm shocked. And they won?
Griffin Canning goes 8 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Andrew Haney goes 7.2, 1 earned run. And, they were playing the Mariners, who were busy trading, and they don't care. But the Angels are a frustrating team, man. Like, they have talent.
Yeah.
Not doing anything.
Not enough pitching unless they're playing the Mariners. See, Diamondbacks are going out to die. I mean, they're the sick animal by the woodshed right now. We'll see if they get some big trades. Archie Bradley tweeted out last night, like, just waiting to be traded at this point. So we'll see what kind of moves they can make. Again, Colorado, they had a chance to gain on the Padres. They end up dropping the deciding game there. And the Dodgers are a wagon. I don't know if you had anything saved for it, but they broke the team record for home runs in a month. So
the Dodgers are crazy. I mean, at what point in a Dodgers fan, in irrational Dodgers fans' brains, are they saying, I'd like to face some adversity because it's too good to be true right now?
We know some irrational Dodgers fans, and you know that they're just planning on the worst happening in the playoffs.
I mean,
that's where they're at.
They've been locked and loaded and rolling.
The regular season's probably boring.
They're not getting many injuries. Like Bueller had a blister. That's their big injury. Yeah. I mean, if the Dodgers go in as the one and somehow get rocked in the first or second round, like that will be
okay. So
devastating.
We've done this game. I mean, if you're the Dodgers, you're still the only thing you're in fear of is the Reds being the 8 seed.
Yeah.
Is there any other team that's the 8 seed that you'd be like, oh, I don't think so, right?
The Phillies have bats.
The Phillies have bats, but I mean,
they're pitching.
Pitching. I mean,
the Dodgers bats.
It would have to be Nola and Wheeler for almost 9, and they can.
Nola and Wheeler for 9 win 2 games.
Cincy, Philly. But Philly could be the 2 seed also. So.
Yeah.
If you're the Dodgers, those are the only teams I think you want to dodge. Dodgers. Get it?
Dodge
City.
Dodge City. Yeah. Anything else? I mean, you got Houston takes 2 against the
yeah.
2 against Oakland.
Kyle Tucker, you mentioned him twice. He looks dialed. Big prospect. He got off to a really slow start, and now he's locked in, which, again, you can name a lot of Houston bats before you get to Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, it's true. He looked good last year, but they never, like, he had signs where they wanted him to do this, I feel like, and Quentin knows better in the chat, but I remember, like, seeing him, and I was like, oh, is he going to be, like, replace Reddick? And then he never did.
They gave him very much a young guy treatment.
Yeah, okay.
They gave him a young guy treatment.
All right, anything else?
I don't think so. I think we can start standing out if we want.
Standout
performance.
Baseball Reference just updated for us, so I just changed mine.
Okay.
I don't know who goes first today. Do you know? BBD?
I don't know, but is somebody bringing these to us?
Oh, yeah. Standout performances today.
Wow, BBD.
He's producing his butt off over there.
Teaser.
Standout performances today are brought to you by everyone's favorite time of the year is right around the corner. That's right. Football is back.
DraftKings, by the way.
Well, we'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, they probably want to hear the name.
Burying the lead.
I think they want to hear the name.
Everyone's favorite time of the year is right around the corner. That's right. Football's about to be back. October baseball.
Football.
To celebrate football's 101st year, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook, is putting new users in the center of the action with a free $101 bet when they place a bet on the Kansas City versus Houston Thursday night game. Royals-Astros, baby. This touchdown of a deal is only available for 101 hours. That's like when you ask someone how old their baby is, and they say, 19 months, and you're like, give me an age. So this touchdown of a deal is only available for 101 hours. So get in on all the action now. You heard us right. DraftKings is available. DraftKings is giving all new users a free bet of $101 once they sign up and place a bet of $10 or more on the Chiefs versus Houston game. If you are new to DraftKings Sportsbook, head to the app now to check out all of the great promotions and odds and boosts that they are offering. DraftKings Sportsbook is safe, secure, and reliable, located right here in the United States, so it's easy to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY to get a free $101 bet to use once you place a bet on the first football game of the season. That's promo code JOMBOY to get your free $101 bet for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older. You must be in New Jersey only. Other terms and conditions and restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for gambling. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Seriously.
Jake, do you want to go first? Do I go first?
BBD gave me the honors. I think we flipped things after the Plouffe episode. Weird being the Monday guy, but I'll take it. Speaking of taking it, how about Adam Wainwright, Jim? He had his 39th birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Adam. 39.
Old.
So you know how he celebrated, Jim? How about 122 pitches? Complete game.
Yeah, that's wild.
122, and that's... So, there's a lot... 82 strikes, so he was pumping it, which I love that. But I just think the way the sport is going, like, I think in 5-10 years from now, we're going to look back at some Adam Wainwright stats and be like, what? This happened 5 years ago? Like, they just don't let dudes do this anymore. So, and the bigger thing baseball-wise, they get the win. But, Jim, you've been seeing this with our Yankees. Resetting the bullpen is so important this year, whether it's a blowout win or a pitcher going 8 or the 9 or whatever they can. The Cardinals have this crazy schedule. They're playing double headers. They're still trying to catch up from the COVID time. So when Waino can go out and throw a complete game and completely reset your pen, I mean, it is huge for that team. Huge. So... the fact he did it on his 39th birthday, they get the win, what it can do for the Cardinals, just incredible, man. I mean, it's almost like a relic. It's like watching something that doesn't happen anymore. So that's pretty cool.
Did you see like his and Yachty's hug afterwards? So good. Did you hear his post game?
I did not.
He like cried.
Oh, I did see that.
I wish I could. Yeah. I wish I could find it because the quote is so good. I don't know if it happened.
Birthday to that, and that was in 2013 when we started. My brother and I started Big League Impact. Trammell, and I remember looking up at the crowd. Wasn't that emotional, man? I just had to take a little cry break, like all the way around
this part,
charity and pitching. But I certainly wasn't that emotional, man. I just had to take a little cry break, honestly. So I didn't want to bring that in here to y'all.
What was the reason for that? What were you feeling that led you to that?
Well, it's just, a lot of hard work from a lot of different people have gone into making me able to pitch again this year and pitch well. When you think you're done 3 years ago and then, you're able to throw a complete game a couple years later, it's a crazy life, crazy game. I'm so blessed. I'm just, I just went into the batting cage and just thanked God for the opportunity, to even be out there, much less, pitch the whole game. So.
What's that conversation like with?
There was a quote that I can find where he said something like, quite frankly, the reporter's name, it's just good to not be bad anymore. Like something like that. It was cool. So, yeah. Good stand-up performance. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
When you're when you're in the middle of these doubleheaders, resetting the bullpen is so big.
And this was a real one. This wasn't one of those 7-inning fake jobs. This was a real one.
Yeah.
So his numbers all time are going to be interesting. I mean, he's like a Hall of Really Good guy, but he's also so beloved that he feels like he's one of those, what's it called? The committee that votes players in. Like, I could see Waino almost being one of those guys.
Yeah, what is
the
it?
Players
Committee or something like that?
Depending on when you played, they have different committees, so it'll be a different name by then.
Clev to the Padres, is that official?
Yeah, I was about to hit the passing button.
Hit it.
Passing.
I don't have a package, but they got him.
Clev to the Padres.
I wish we talked about this a little earlier because I was leaning that way. Because you and I were talking Clev Yankees before this, and it just doesn't make sense.
No, it never made sense to me.
The Yankees, hair, the prospect package, just like everything involved.
Yankees don't have the minor leaguers to go get Clev.
Clevinger can go to the Padres and beat Clevinger. Let that hair roll, baby.
Oh, he's Sunshine.
Have a blast
Dude, his
out
name
there.
is Sunshine.
Yeah. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Padres fan, you got to be through the roof right now.
Interested to see
good.
the package.
I feel like because of the off the field stuff, people might be down on Clev. Like, go look at his stats.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Career 3-2.
But what is his last 3 seasons? Like 19, 18, 17.
It's you counted back really well right there.
Thanks.
His last 3 seasons, he's 38-18 with a 2.96 ERA.
2.96 over how many starts is that?
74 starts.
74 starts, 2.96 ERA. Like, Clev is really fucking good.
I mean, he's the Padres one, and the Padres, we've heard rumors about them wanting to go get this one for a while. For years, it was Syndergaard.
Yeah.
It was the Padres have been in love with Syndergaard, and now they go get Mike Clevinger. Producer Zach coming in to help out with that one. But yeah, I mean, Clev's their one, right? It's Clev and Lamet, basically.
Paddock.
Clev, Paddock, Lamet.
Paddock just shoved.
I mean, look at the stats. It's kind of interesting. I know Paddock's their guy, but Davies and Lamet are out pitching Paddock significantly this year.
Imagine if they lose in the first round.
Try not to. Try not to.
Who's a potential... Because they're going to be the 4 seed at best.
At best. They have to be the 4 seed.
Yeah. So 4 seed plays the 5 seed?
So it's going to be whatever team can be second best in the division, and right now the NL Central stinks.
Dude, 5 seed's like the 4 seed's the best spot to be.
It's not bad.
4 seeds, you'd rather be the 4 than the 3 almost.
Yeah, I mean,
The wild card teams will be better than the 5-6 in the NL.
Right now, 4 plays 5, and 5 is the Marlins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You'd rather
but
have that.
The whole NL gets like worse. Like
Yeah.
they're
I think by the end,
like
you'll
we're
be
saying that the 5 seed is so bad, and that means also the 7 seed is going to be so bad.
Well, not if like the Rockies get in at the 7 seed.
Yeah, I mean we have to see it all sorted.
Right
out,
now,
but-
Brewers are 6. It's like you'd rather play the Marlins at 5, and you'd rather be 4 than 3.
Yeah, you'd rather be 4 than 3.
I mean, the Cubs could still get that, or the Reds that we're still in fear of for a playoff spot. They could be the 5. Like they could still finish second in the Central.
Reds
so,
don't win
something to
series.
Reds don't win series, though.
Good for the Padres.
Can I tell you Drew Pomeranz's stats real quick?
Sure.
10 innings pitched, 11 games, 0 ERA.
Get him.
What a career change.
Looks great
Good
in that
for
uniform
you,
too.
DrewPom.com.
My standout performance.
Big deadline. Who's your standout performance?
Sixto Sanchez.
Yes. I love
Sixto
it.
Sanchez went 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 10 strikeouts against the Rays. Now, the Rays don't have a fantastic offense, but the Rays offense has been doing some pretty big things. I mean, they had 13 hits in the last game, 8 hits before that. They scored, I mean, look at the runs, 12 runs, 4 runs, 2 runs, 4, 4, 4, 5, 2. So it's not like amazing, but I mean, 10 strikeouts, Sixto dealt, man. I mean, he went up against Yarbrough in this game and went toe-to-toe with them
Yeah.
for a while. I mean, it was 0-0 going into the 8th. Sixto threw 7 shutout. The Miami brings in Blyer. He gives up a single, and then they bring in Brad Boxberger, and he gives up the lead to Yandy Diaz to make it 1-0. But Sixto Sanchez, I mean, it's his second career start. His first one, he went 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, and showed dazzling stuff.
Yeah, the pitch ninja is pretty awesome.
And then this
He's got
second start, so
There's a triple pitch ninja, fastball, slider, changeup, and it's
all the same.
they're all there.
Yeah.
They're all very much gone.
Yeah. So that's my stand-up performance. I was going to do you, Darvish.
Who?
You. And I was just going to say that you, Darvish, dealt again, and he had to work through a lot of adversity. Like, he only had 1, 2, 3 innings out of the 6.
Yeah.
He gave up single. I think there was a catcher's interference, put a runner on. There was an error, put a runner on. And he worked out of all those with runners on base, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Good to see. So I just thought if I was a Cubs fan, I'd be the ultimate spin zone, like, positivity representative of Cubs Nation.
Okay.
Every week, no matter what their outcomes are, I find, well, that's going to be good for the playoffs.
Right.
Oh, dude, you can shut him down all game, or he can get out of jams. Even Hap's going off. They trade for Martinez. Like,
I'm hoping for you they don't get sucked into that central slog.
I know.
Because that could be bad times real quick.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I'm not sitting here telling you the Cubs are going to be amazing in the playoffs.
Right.
I'm just saying, if I was a Cubs fan, I could spin a lot of shit positively for them.
Yes, sir.
Boom. All right, Jake. So, what do we do next? In Fuego, usually?
In Fuego, I think we'll just say a couple names real quick because we'd rather talk trade stuff.
Yeah.
Baseball Reference updated. And, Jim, how about I'll give you two groups. You mentioned the Angels pitchers. Canning, Haney, both had really good performances. I think Bundy was okay, too. And then the Cubs outfielders. Hap, Hayward, Schwarbo. I mean, they both all hit 2 home runs in that game, but they're also definitely in Fuego. And again, stop tweeting Trey Turner at me. He's playing well.
Yes.
That's what I've got.
I have on in Fuego, and nothing's going to be... all I'm doing is sorting from the last 3 games. So over the weekend, who had the most hits? Trey Turner had 11. Eric Hosmer had 7. Highest OPS goes to Ramon Laureano, who had 4 hits, 2 doubles, and a home run. He only played 3 games. Mike Trout went off. Candelario.
Trout, yeah.
Candelario. Did anyone have a crazy amount of home runs? Ooh.
Candelario.
Schwarber, Hap, Rizzo, Hayward. The Cubs. Jesus
The Cubbies.
Christ.
So that's a win.
Damn.
Who had the most walks? Brad Miller and Mookie Betts.
Most caught stealings? John Birdie.
Ooh,
Yeah, he got too hot.
And that's obvious.
Got too hot.
And that's the most obvious.
Shohei Ohtani stole 2 bases.
Quick slump watch?
Angels are just a highlight machine.
Stink.
Mind
the Angels and the Reds.
Yeah, Pablo Lopez is the hottest pitcher right now, last 2 starts.
He's good. Pablo Lopez is good.
Jack Flaherty as well. Yeah, let's go to Slump Watch. Or no, Race to 20.
Oh, Race to 20.
The Roosevelts Race to 20. First, we still don't have the sheet set.
I might have a sheet. Someone on Instagram sent me the sheet, and I owe him a shout-out if I can operate. Nate Borman. Thanks, Nasty Nate. Let's see if I can
send it to you
find
today.
it. Roosevelt's. Tell them about Roosevelt's. Jim.
Roosevelt's RSVLTS. They got fun shirts. They got fun hats. They got fun everything. If you like topical movies, sports movies, baseball teams, baseball players, if you're going to the beach, if you're going to the lake, if you want a conversation-starting shirt, you wear a Roosevelt shirt, someone will stop you and say, I like that shirt. I mean, it's almost a guarantee. I saw a guy wearing it the other day. I just shouted Roosevelt's at him. He had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, we scared him a little bit.
Yeah, he was like, what?
We had the dogs. It was
crazy. Jake was wearing his shirt, too. Roosevelt's teamed up with us to keep track, find out who's going to be the first person to hit 20 home runs. That was the Vegas over-under. Go to Roosevelt's RSVLTS.com/JOMBOY. Use discount code JOMBOY. Get 20% off. Jake, where we at?
So I think my guy, Nasty Nate, hooked it up. I'm cross-checking the numbers. Everything looks right. Our leaders, Jim. Nelson Cruz with 13 and Fernando Tatis with 13. Both still on pace. Cruz on pace for 23. Tatis on pace for 22. So we're getting tight.
See, we're getting tight. That pace has come down.
We're getting tight. Just hot series. Mike Trout, 23 home runs. He's currently on pace. Jose Abreu on pace for 21. Teoscar Hernandez on pace for 22 and a half. So that could be nice. Luke Voit, currently on pace for 25 on this. So Voit was playing insane. Hopefully he stays hot. Eloy Jimenez on pace for 20 on the nose.
Let me see this sheet.
Thoughts
I'm getting so nervous, and I was so confident.
It's getting tight.
It's getting really tight. We need Cruz and Tatis.
Know who's our ace in the hole?
Who?
Juan Soto.
Okay.
Juan Soto has 9 in 23 games. He's on pace for 23 and a half. So there's still some hope. But yeah, it's going to be tight. Know what it's going to be, Jim. I'm still confident we get it. It's going to be a sloppy end of year series. It's going to be Soto playing like the Mets end of their bullpen, and he gets to 21.
We need to give. When we're closer, I need to start getting like a red zone, tune into each at-bat of these guys.
Red zone.
And we all need to do it together. You look after me, I'll look after you. Race to 20. Okay. Soto's up. Race to 20. We're not there yet. 2 weeks ago, because we're getting scary close.
It's getting tight. It's getting tight.
All right. Next up, A really quick slump watch.
Slump watch.
And how I do this is I just go for the last 3 days. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'll just, instead of doing like a long slump watch, because usually there's a lot of research that goes into this.
I'll go last four.
I'm just going to tell you who had 0 hits, who had an 0 for series.
The biggest 0 for.
Started every game, didn't get a single hit. We're scrolling down. Asdrubal Cabrera only had 1 hit. Mike Talkman only had 1 hit. Bryce Harper only had 1 hit. Kipnis only had 1. Here's our first 0. Alberto Mondesi.
Yeah, he's been slumping.
He went 0 for 14. Anthony Rendon went 1 for 14. Keston Hira, 1 for 13. Not a lot of offers.
Some pitchers who got knocked around.
Javi Baez had an offer. You know, it wasn't the infielders. And Charlie Blackmon, what's his stats looking at now? Does that hurt him at all?
He was at like 390 last we checked, so maybe that brings him down 360. I don't know. Tyler Anderson, Jake Arrieta.
354.
Dobnak got knocked around finally. Sorry, Trev. Yeah, there you go. Slump watch.
Abbreviated slump watch.
Abbreviated slump watch.
Gonna do awards.
Joey Gallo, hilarious stat line. Did you see that?
No, what is it?
3 games, 1 for 7, 5 walks, but he only had 1 strikeout.
What was the
so
one?
he was trying. Single.
Bad.
It's kind of good.
It's kind of good.
It's kind of good.
Frustrating to watch.
Frustrating to watch. He's got no help. Trade for hitters, Texas. Trade Lance Lynn for a bunch of hitters.
I'm going to do my award first.
Do your award first.
I'm just giving the Bad Baseball Award.
Okay.
I mean, the Cardinals had base running blunders galore.
Yeah.
The Cubs had a walk-off wild pitch. I mean, the White Sox Grandal let a ball roll through his legs and let a guy score from third.
Yeah.
Yachty didn't just stood still as the go-ahead run at third base to end the game and just stood still. Biggest toot blown I've ever seen. Before him, Paul DeYoung didn't know how to tag up.
Yeah.
Tyro Estrada ran himself into the last out of the game, but the Mets dropped the ball.
Yeah.
The Mets lost a game they were up 5 runs by error, hit by pitch, walk, error, badness. The Mets lost the game on a walk-off wild pitch. Cubs lost the game on a walk-off wild pitch. I'm probably missing some, but it was a weekend full of bad baseball, base running, errors. But, Jake, it gets an award because it was all so damn exciting.
Yeah.
Like, it made for fun, but it's really bad.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you could just end it with Kimbrel and Dellin.
Walk-off wild pitches.
I mean, that's insane.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to do the walk-off wild pitch award or something around those two.
Yeah.
But then I was like, there was so much more just bad, like mind-boggling bad baseball going on.
Yeah.
The Yachty thing's insane. The Grandal thing was weird.
Yeah.
The Tyro Estrada running, the ball was a swinging bunt. He tried to go first to third on it. He was dead to rights. They dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Bad baseball.
Yeah. Pretty unreal. You did see it all around baseball. Tying it up.
Tighten it up.
You got to tighten it up. Not good. And Miguel Andujar played third base. Don't forget about that. The details are coming out on the trade, so I'll do my award, and then we'll get into the fun stuff. My award is doing, and I might have done this before. This might be an annual award for me. It's in the year 2000.
In the year 2000. You'd make a good priest.
Award. Trying. This is kind of a split old guy award. So I gave Waino some love before. Yadier Molina. Jim, in the year 2000. By the way, old Conan skit. Not great. Go check it out, but fun. Yadier Molina played his 2000th game yesterday. That is 3rd in St. Louis Cardinals history. Pretty insane. I had them pulled up. Most games in Cardinal history. It's old school names that you've heard of before. And I just think, man, it's Stan Musial. All time.
Musial.
That's a big one. And the website is loading games. So it's Stan the Man and Lou Brock.
Lou Brock.
So those are the only 2 Cardinals to play more games than Yadier Molina. And there's something beautiful about it. I mean, this passionate, like Puerto Rican stud who's as intense as they come.
Whoa.
And he's, I mean, fiery and just St. Louis, this baseball love city. And it ties into Wainwright earlier, so I'm circling everything up. And Miguel Cabrera hit his 2000th hit as a Tiger. So I want to give the old guys some love this episode. Miguel Cabrera, I think it's the 7th most hits in Tiger history or something like that. I mentioned it before. So a couple old guys around 2000 went with it. You made a noise.
Want to hear the Padres deal?
Yes.
Padres are making all the trades. We will go over it now. This is the Clevinger deal. It's Clevinger and Greg Allen.
Right.
And a player to be named later.
PBTNL.
Quantrill, Arias, Cantillo, Hedges, Naylor, and Miller to the Indians. So you heard rumors that the Indians wanted a catcher. They get Hedges out of all of the because the Padres traded for Nola and they traded for Castro. So they had 4 catchers.
Yeah.
So they trade Hedges to Cleveland. Naylor hit a home run yesterday for him. He's gone. Quantrill is gone, so that's a pitcher off the board for them. Man, these deals are big.
Dude, they, I mean, this always sounds dumb and maybe it's too close to the trade, but I don't think San Diego gave up a big piece.
No, they gave up a lot of little pieces.
They avoided giving up their top position player prospect.
Like,
why did Cleveland do this deal? This is the most they could get for Clev. Clev has 2 more years.
I mean, I'm surprised. You'd think there's one pick, even like a guy like Morejón. You know, people in the chat are saying they're future shortstops. We'll see. I mean, Arias isn't like the biggest of prospects. He's not in their top 10.
I have him as 7.
7?
On
Okay.
MLB.
I mean,
Not that when you're talking that range, you never know.
Right.
You never know anyway.
But yeah, I mean, Cal Quantrill, me and Jom had some silly debates at the end of Talking Baseball last year on him. He's been good out of the pen for them this year.
Yeah, I mean, like, what?
He's got some arm talent. I think he's a former first-round pick. But, yeah, I'm a little surprised. I mean, you know, people are saying Mackenzie Gore in the chat. They weren't going to give him up. He's like a big-time pitching prospect.
But like, Hedges isn't a piece.
No, I mean, he'll catch some balls and play good defense, but
it's not something that moves the needle on the Clev trade. It's just a throw-in. Naylor's not a piece.
Jim, I'll say this because you hinted at it before. If the Padres were to get beat in the 3-gamer, this is what their rotation's looking like next year. Clevinger, Paddock, Mackenzie Gore, who's like a big-time pitching prospect, Luis Patino, another big-time pitching prospect, and Dinelson Lamet, who's been shoved.
I mean, that's awesome. The
Padres are set up, baby.
Everyone thought they got beat in the Seattle deal, which we'll discuss that as well here. We'll just do a whole thing on the Padres deals with the Nola trade. This is kind of crazy.
Know what this reminds me of? The Garrett Cole deal.
Yeah, just give us 5 guys.
Cleveland just gets a bunch of pieces, a bunch of, you know, potential half to 1.5 WAR guys. They'll get Clevinger through 2033 and...
Who's the only piece in the Cole deal? Moran? Like,
I mean,
actual
Moran,
piece that...
but, you know, he got out. The only reason we're talking about him this year is he got off to a hot start. I think since then he hasn't done nothing.
This is, I mean, yeah.
Good for the Padres, man.
I mean, Hedges is not an offensive threat. He's got, I mean, he's a very, very, very below average bat.
Naylor's young. I mean, you know, if there's something there and he can play every day for them in the outfield. And again, I mean, Arias, Cantillo, you know, I don't have the full scouting report on these guys. Miller, we'll see. The chat says they're 7, 9, and 11 prospects. You're fine with that.
7, 9, and 11, that doesn't mean shit. If you're not top 5, you're a crapshoot.
You cannot complain about giving up a guy.
No,
Like
I thought
you can't anyway.
This kind of makes me question why the Yankees could have matched this in a way.
In a way.
I thought there was no way the Yankees, because they don't have a good farm system, could have matched whatever was going to get dealt for Clev. This doesn't seem like a lot. Unless there's something I don't know and I'm missing.
Yeah,
and I'm
and it's true. I mean,
interested to hear and learn. But
you know, maybe Arias in the Yankees system, maybe he's the number 3 prospect. Who knows? So you start looking
And more
at things
guys
differently.
closer to the big leagues. Yankees don't have the volume of interesting close to big league prospects. They got some far away guys.
This seems like the normal thing with a trade like this, but if you're San Diego and you're getting Clev, you should be stoked. If you're the Cleveland Indians, you should be pretty bummed out right now.
Yeah, dude, Indians fans.
This is a guy who had great Cy Young odds to start the year.
He's got a 2.9 whatever in his last 3 seasons.
Yeah. That's tough. I mean, I'd rather get one bona fide stud prospect and another flyer. And you could probably get 2 flyers.
Why,
This
is the Indians where they can spin it and say, we got a bunch of pieces for us to help that are going to help us compete this year,
tough, man.
To spin it to their fan base. Like, you'd rather a stud prospect who's not than Naylor and Hedges.
Yeah, I mean, Quantrill, Hedges, and Naylor will play for them this year, and then you get 3 prospects outside of that. But they're not like elite, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
they didn't get like a great major league ad or like one of the top prospects. So
they
like
didn't,
that's in the
they
Bauer,
didn't get an A plus. They didn't get it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
In the Bauer trade, they got Fran Mill back, who you're like, okay, this guy could be an impact 40-homer player for us.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know. I mean, this, 2 of these guys are shortstops. This is just telling me like, oh,
they're moving.
Lindor's gone too.
Lindor's gone.
Great.
Yeah.
God, that stinks.
Yeah. Well, okay, the other trade they did was the Nola trade.
Yeah.
Which was...
And I think that one, I wouldn't say they were getting ripped for, but from the outside view,
well, because
there's a lot of bodies in that trade.
Yeah, there's a lot. These are big trades. Because the Nola trade, Nola's having a great year. I mean, he's got like a 150 OPS plus, but he kind of came out of nowhere.
You can cook the books a little bit that he's been like the 3rd best catcher in WAR since he got promoted last year. But he got promoted as a 29-year-old rookie. Like there was no hype. It wasn't exciting. But I mean, good for him. Aaron Nola's brother. Maybe he won't be known as that way anymore.
He's having a good season, like we said. So this stat I read on Reddit. I'll shout out whoever was the guy who wrote it. Browns 2020 champion. He submitted this. He said, Padres had a team OPS plus of 125, which is 2nd of all time. Now they're replacing Austin Hedges, 69 OPS plus, with Austin Nola, 150 OPS plus, and will start Mitch Moreland, 202 OPS plus, instead of Jurickson Profar, 76 OPS plus. Now they're adding Clev to the rotation and Allen to the bullpen. I mean, the Padres are all in.
And, I mean, they've been doing this without Tommy Pham, who was supposed to be the big piece for them. He's got a hand injury. I'm not sure if he's coming back. It looks like he got surgery. We'll see on that. But, yeah, I mean, the Padres are stacked for this year and the next 2 years. So that's awesome for them. Cleveland, you got to be a little devastated.
Grisham, Tatis, Machado, Hosmer, Cronenworth, Myers, Moreland, Nola, Tommy Pham.
It's a lineup. It's deep.
Clevinger, Lamet, Paddock. It's a good playoff squad.
Davies has been shoving this year. The bullpen.
And a lot of these pieces are not rentals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so when I kind of said it earlier, like, imagine if they lose this season, Clev's here for the next 2 years. Nola's here for like the next 5.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's going to pan out and be good.
Right, you're not sure what you're truly getting, but it's been good.
I mean, what's Allen? Is he a rental?
I mean, his numbers aren't that good. He's a speedy piece. Outfield defense.
Oh, yeah, I said bullpen. That was a mistake by me.
So let's see. Luis Torrens went to the Mariners. He was kind of the Rule 5 guy they had fun with the other year. Taylor Trammell. So the Austin Nola trade, the Padres got some crap because Trammell was the big piece they got in the Bauer 3-way trade where they gave up Franmil Reyes, like I mentioned before, and Trammell's, I think he's been a top 50 MLB prospect, supposed to be a young, good outfielder. He was I think he won the MVP of the, Rising Star All-Star Game event or whatever it is. So to flip him for Austin Nola feels a little weird. I mean, a 30-year-old that, was a year away from not getting his shot at the big leagues, you flip a top a top-ish prospect for him. That feels a little weird. And I know Mariners fans were excited about that because their young outfield of the future looks like Kyle Lewis, Kelenic, and Taylor Trammell, which they're excited about.
Be wary of prospects that get traded twice.
JOMBOY's rule.
It's a little unfair, but if a team thinks you're going to be an impact player, they usually don't trade you.
They want to hold on to you.
And if two teams think that, something smells. That's all.
Prove us wrong.
A lot of guys don't. I've probably been traded twice and have had great careers. But I just think it's always raises my nose like, ooh.
It's a yellow flag for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Austin Adams, Austin Nola, Dan Altavilla for Ty France, Luis Torrens, Taylor Trammell, and Andres Munoz.
What do you think if you're an Indians fan, man?
You're sad. You're devastated. You're saying with Bieber and Clevinger, we can win any baseball series. Never mind our great infield, and if we got one outfield bat.
Yeah.
I mean, that stinks. If you're Cleveland, you're saying, why didn't we trade for Austin Nola? Fill our catcher spot, and we could be a dangerous team this year.
Yeah,
That sucks,
I'm really
man.
confused by the Clevinger trade.
I think the Cole comparison.
But that's confusing. Yeah, so they got a bullpen pitcher in Quantrill, who they can maybe turn into a starter. He's young.
He started before. He's still young.
Why didn't I like him?
We were doing our 90% agree, but 10% disagree.
Oh,
like
okay.
you could look at his early starts and say there's some hope there. You could look at his early starts and say, not ideal.
Yeah. And then two prospects, number 7 and 9 in the Padres, in Arias and Quintilla, who are a couple years away. And then like Owen Miller, I'm looking at him. Someone says utility guy who can hit. Backup catcher and corner. I don't know. I thought it was going to be more.
That's tough, man. Tough day to be a Cleveland Indians fan.
I don't get what the Indians are doing. I mean, I get it. It's just like, you're good, though. They so badly don't want to be good.
They're doing a nicer version of what the Brewers do. Like the Brewers keep it going. They have a nice team. They're going to compete, and they land where they land. Cleveland's doing that, but they've had a slightly better team.
But my question is, if you're the Indians,
Right.
why not keep Clev for this season, have a great staff going into a 3-game series and then a 5-game series, and then see where that takes you, and then trade him in the offseason when he still has 2 more years and you have a lot more teams that can offer all of their minor leaguers? Because I thought the only reason they would trade him now is because a team that wants to win this season gives them a haul.
Right.
Like
The guy.
Like a crazy haul. And we're like, oh, that makes sense to move him now instead of in the offseason. But this return makes me think they could have shopped this around
It feels
all
like
of baseball in the offseason and had much more takers and interest.
it feels like they could have gotten this return in the offseason. I think that's very fair.
And then you can make money in the playoffs and compete this year.
And you've turned, let's see, you've turned Trevor Bauer and Mike Clevinger into Franmil Reyes, who I do love. I like him a lot. But from there, it's Logan Allen, a prospect. We came over. Yeah, I don't know. It's you got a lot of bodies. It's kind of that. There's a lot of front offices that view baseball a little differently, and they say, instead of us going out and getting these 5-6 WAR impact players, let's have a 26-man roster filled with 1 WAR players, and that's how we can fill it up. And I don't know. I mean, hey, Cleveland's pitching. They've proven they can do that. Maybe they can unlock Quantrill, and if they can do that, you can make this trade look a lot easier. If Quantrill can be a 3-4 starter for you,
They have pitching. They don't need Quantrill.
They have pitching, but now you have 4 lottery tickets for players.
They're trading Lindor. That's
probably be cool if they did it now.
That's weird. I mean, that's the end of this episode.
Yeah.
We will have Trev on to talk about any future trades that happen. It seems like Lynn's going. It seems like there's some other guys, Ray, that will go. And if it's huge, we'll jump back on today maybe, or we'll do it first thing tomorrow with Trev. We do have the Talkin' Baseball pregame show that's going to be live today in actually half hour. So by the time you're listening to this, it's already happened. Unless you're a patron member and you're listening live. Thank you very much. Yeah. And, dude, the Padres, I mean, they have these guys. Really good move by the Padres.
They are set up for this year and future years.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Really good deadline by the Padres.
Good for those angry Padres fans.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. We are out. Thank you. We will see you we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. There will be more baseball talk. Enjoy the baseball. Enjoy the trades. Thank you very much. Goodbye.